Yo soy tu todo, mujer. ¿Qué tal te está yendo con él? Yo sé que al final a mí no me olvidas tan siquiera un poco. Al final, baby, tú extrañas como
And we are broadcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh my goodness. I know you've been waiting all day for this hour. I am so fired up. I'm so excited. I'm not even going to lie to you. I've been working harder than ever before, and you'll understand why you need to today. So, we've been in existence for a couple of years for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Young Entrepreneur Project has been making so many moves, but we've never been more excited to move forward with who we are as a company, as a community. And it is specifically because of the gentleman that's going to be opening this evening and sharing with you this information, and really the most impactful leader that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. My name is Ali Midawi, by the way. I'm the global master trainer of the Young Entrepreneur Project. And all that means is I serve all of you wherever you may be around the world with whatever you need so you can succeed, succeed, and succeed. But the man of the hour has a track record that to be quite honest with you, I'm humbled that I'm even in his surroundings. For the last decade, he's been not only managing portfolios, but creating a lifestyle to dream of, whether it was from stock exchange, whether it was from futures, whether it was from Forex, whether it was from cryptocurrency. But he is the kind of person that was known for making rich people richer. And he decided to put his moral compass before his pockets. Now, my son thinks he's Batman. He really does think so. He saw his black Lambo. He's like, Papa, you work with Batman? I'm like, shh, it's a secret. One day I'll introduce you. So he's keeping me look like a cool superhero. But what I will tell you is he is a true hero in many people's eyes. And here is why. He has blessed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people personally to create 6 and 7 figures for themselves. He's taking people from being a bartender and everyday average Joe to create 7 figures for themselves. Heck, he's the most talked about phenomenon right now in the business community. The fact that we just have him in our arsenal, people are like, that's who you work with? Are you serious? I'm like, yep, that's who I work with. But he went on and started a career that most people would write him off, right? Like, this is a guy who came from a 16-year-old high school dropout to become a multi-millionaire. That last year alone, he created revenues of over $47 million. He holds to date the largest portfolio in North America, and that speaks track record for himself. And I'll tell you this one last fact before I introduce him. Yesterday, I had the privilege to get on a webinar with him and the whole team. And he asked everybody, hey, so everybody, 100% of the trades that we have been generating positive returns. And I'm looking at that chat. I'm like, somebody's going to say, yeah, but not me. Yeah, but not yet. And I'm seeing like, yup, fired up, emojis, emojis. Now, obviously, we can't guarantee anything to anyone, but this man is result driven. This is why we are so honored and privileged to have him leading the pack for us and leading this brand new vertical that we call Driven. And ladies and gentlemen, I welcome before you our co-founder and president of Driven, the one and only Corey Cromray.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Super excited to be here with everybody. And I'm very, very grateful. And, Ali can, you say all those nice things about me. And sometimes I got to pinch myself and realize that that's my reality now, because it wasn't always like that. I'm just an average, ordinary guy that had unordinary dreams and goals in life and just pursued them, went after them. And it's really because people came into my life and started to believe in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I had great mentors and people that, gave me a good chance in life. And that's, one of the major factors in bringing this company to the world is because I want to give back now. I've made it in life. I've done very well. I've become very successful. And I believe that everybody has the ability to be successful if they make a decision to just learn new information and apply it to their life. And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. But I'm super grateful for the introduction, Ali. Thank you so much. One of the things I do have to correct you on is I do not manage the largest portfolio, top grossing portfolio. There's people out there that manage billions and billions and billions and billions. I'm not that guy, right? But when I actually found out that my portfolio was in the top 1% of profitable portfolios at the largest broker in the entire United States for the last 4.5 consecutive years, I was actually pretty excited about that, to finally find out, you don't really think like, because I'm not a billionaire hedge fund manager, that you wouldn't actually think that. Well, based on the percentages, you're actually managing one of the top grossing private equity portfolios in the Midwest. And, guys, I'm a 16-year-old high school dropout that started off as an entrepreneur in the network marketing industry back in 2008. I was working construction as a grunt laborer, $10 an hour. I washed dishes for minimum wage on the weekends, $7.25 an hour. And I was just kind of trying to do the right things in life, but it was very difficult, right? Previous to that, guys, I got in a bad car accident when I was 16 years old. One of my friends got killed. My young adult life was very, it just went off the slope very quickly. And as my life was decaying, I started to develop this really negative view on what my life was going to be like. I'm going to work construction till the day I die. I mean, there was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like who's going to give me a shot? Until I found an industry of entrepreneurs that literally changed my view on everything in life. And we're going to talk about that industry a little bit. But basically what happened is, I got started in the network marketing space back in 2008. I was in that industry for about 6 years, made several $1 million, became a multimillionaire in that industry, made my first $1 million, lost it just as fast, made my second $1 million, lost it just as fast again. And I realized you can't take somebody that makes $2,500 a month and turn them into a millionaire without teaching them financial literacy and financial discipline. So, that's one of the big things that we're going to focus on here in our company, to not only teach people how to grow as a person, but when you're making more money, we want to teach you how to keep that money and then also show you how to grow that money. And that's what the Driven vertical is here to do. And, I'm super excited to be able to bring this to the world. What happened in my story, I ended up leaving the network marketing industry about 7.5, maybe almost 8 years ago, dabbled in it a little bit here and there. And I actually started a consulting firm and consulted all around the world, was kind of, in my mid 20s, doing really well as a very high level consultant, even consulted for a Fortune 500 company, and just really did good. The problem is that I had zero time to enjoy the life that I was creating for myself. I mean, I was working 100 hours a week. I was gone for 3 weeks, home for a few days, gone for 3 weeks, home for a few days. I fell in love, wanted to start a family, and just, it wasn't the right life and the right path in life. So as I was taking some time off and getting out of the consulting space, I actually found the stock market. And I actually found the stock market through a meetup group. I don't know if Meetup's still a thing, but there was this app back in the day called Meetup, and you could actually go meet with other entrepreneurs, and they'd have these different segments on business. And I actually got introduced to the stock market almost 8 years ago now, and I became fascinated by it. Tuesday and Thursday nights, I would go to this Meetup group, and for an hour and a half, we would learn how to trade penny stocks and stocks. My first year in the market, I did about 30% on my portfolio, which I was ecstatic about. I was absolutely ecstatic about that 30% because it was my second year with Edward Jones, and it was my best year with Edward Jones. They did 12.4% on my portfolio that year. I did more than double what they did as a rookie trader that's never done anything in this market before. So, I'm smart enough at this point in my life to ask myself the question, well, number one, what am I paying these knuckleheads to manage my money for when I can do it myself? And number two, what are these guys doing with my money? Because I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. And I just did over 30% my first year in the market. Now we do 30% a month sometimes. Actually, a lot of you, there was actually 90 of you that maybe are even in this call right now that watched me do 7.4% today, just today in 30 minutes, 7.4% growth on my account in 30 minutes, live money. We had over 100 witnesses. So that's the type of stuff that we're talking about here with Driven. And, so as you fast forward to my journey, my first year was stocks. My second year in the market, I really paid attention to Forex. And instead of going and learning through all these different courses online and going through these network marketing verticals to learn this skill, I decided to take a different approach and go out and learn from the absolute best people I could find in the industry that were doing this at a very high level. So I learned from portfolio managers, major institutional level traders, some of the best price action traders in the world, market maker theory, market geometry. I went and learned almost every different niche within trading that I could find. Harmonic trading from the guy who invented it. Spent well over 6 figures on education because I'm like, if this industry is the largest liquid financial market in the world, I'm going to go learn from the people who are doing it at the highest level. If they're willing to teach me, I'm going to pay them. And that's how I took the shortcut. I went and hired the best coaches that I could find. And it turned into really good results. I turned $100,000 into $1 million in just over 18 months, took that portfolio, raised some private equity, put about $4 million together from some friends of mine that were investing in real estate with me. And I grew that portfolio, got into private equity management about 4.5 years ago, currently manage one of the top grossing private equity portfolios in the Midwest, top 1% ranked portfolios of profitable portfolios in the S&P 500 futures market for the last 4 years at one of the largest brokers in the world. And it's really just because I made a decision and I stayed focused, I stayed disciplined, and I saw it through. I saw that trading could provide me a life that no other industry could provide. And I also realized it would be the last industry and the last skill that I would ever need to learn again to make money with for the rest of my life. So that's how the formulation of Driven started. Was I believe that this skill can enhance the quality of people's lives. And instead of sitting behind my computer screen for the last 4 years of my life, 5 days a week, making rich people richer, what if I could take what's normally available for just the classes and bring it to the masses? What if I could show people how to, instead of making that 8% a year that you're used to making on your portfolio, should effortlessly be able to do that 8% monthly? You know what I mean? So, and these are things that you just don't see out there, because you usually have to be an accredited investor. You have to have a net worth of over $1 million, and you have to be a part of a private hedge fund in order to get those type of returns. Well, what if we show you how to be your own professional portfolio manager? And that's one of the biggest things that we're doing here with Driven. So you fast forward a little bit, my life has been pretty interesting. I've got everything that I've ever dreamed of having in life, all the fancy cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, I've had all the BMWs, competitions, houses, really been totally financially free, for the last several years. And at 35 years old, I'm able to do pretty much whatever I want for the rest of my life. In fact, I never have to work another day again, right? I can sit behind my computer, click a couple buttons, and I've definitely been blessed and fortunate to be in this position. But one of the big things that happens when you sit behind your computer screen for, almost 5 years, 5 days a week, making rich people richer, is you start to lose focus of everything else that's important in life. So 2019 comes around, I'm 35% body fat, 211 pounds. I'm in the worst shape of my life. I'm just fat. I'm lazy. The next $1 million deal doesn't affect my life at this point anymore. And I just have zero passion. I have zero purpose. I don't know why I'm getting out of bed every morning. And I realized that I had zero drive in my life, and I needed to find something. I needed to find something that would make me fulfilled and happy again. And so what I did is I started working on one of the big projects with actually a huge broker in the United States. And I was actually going to launch a S&P 500 trade room and a trading vertical. And I really believe that I could change a lot of people's lives with this skill. So we were going to launch it in October 2019. This broker comes to me and they said that they want to charge $25,000 upfront for entry and $3,000 per month on a 12-month contract. So I go back to these guys and I really tell them my story. Guys, listen, I'm a 16-year-old high school dropout. I've been able to learn this skill. I've been able to change my life. I've helped tons of people make millions of dollars in this industry. I've helped tons of people make 6 figures in this industry. This is something that we need to make available for the masses, not just the classes. Like, I've been making rich people richer. This is something that we need to go out and change the world with. And all they saw was dollar signs and me at the pinnacle of it. And I wasn't interested in that. That was not what I was trying to accomplish. So I actually decided to pull the plug on that operation, never moved forward with it. I actually spent almost a year of my life putting it together. I was super pissed off that they just didn't see it. But you're talking about somebody committing $65,000 to something before they even put money in their brokerage account. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. So I decided to walk away from it. And that actually is what got me back involved in the direct sales industry. January 2020 happens. I get a call from a friend of mine. He's working with this company out of Dubai. They're trying to launch their company here in the United States. And they were looking for a consultant to get their operations off the ground. What started off as a 90-day consulting gig turned out to, turned into everybody getting locked down on COVID, right? That happened kind of, at the end of February, early March. And I saw that if there was ever a time to get back involved in this type of industry, I actually believe that this is the industry of the future. I believe this is the business of the future. I believe that there's nothing that's going to stop this business model. It's created more millionaires than any other business model in the world. And trading technologies and trading education tied into that direct sales network marketing industry that did over $300 billion in 2020. That is probably one of the best forms of intersectional innovation that I've ever seen, of those two industries coming together, because you never have to talk to anybody in order to become financially free with the product. But then when you do get the financial results, how are you not going to talk about making 8 to 10% month over month on your money? It's going to be impossible for you not to talk about it. So then we can go out and get you more money to put in your broker account to help you grow and get free quicker, right? So that's how this whole thing came to fruition. I ended up leading one of the biggest economic movements in the space, did $47 million in sales, created 65 six-figure earners, 3 millionaires that had never done network marketing or traded before. They were bartenders. And we put 10,500 people into a trading organization in 9.5 months, made millions of dollars. And then you found out that you were working with greedy owners and just bad people that didn't have character and integrity. And I realized that the problem and the flaw with this industry is not the industry. It's a lot of these people that have a great vision, but their execution is terrible. Or they just go from one thing to the next because they don't care about people and they're just looking to make a quick buck. So I was just naive to think, well, what if this industry was done right? What if you could actually lead an economic movement in this space? More than ever, people are going to be looking for new jobs. More than ever, people are going to be getting out of the workforce. In fact, they say in the next 10 years, like 50% of every single job that exists today will be replaced by artificial intelligence. It says robot automation will take 800 million jobs by the year 2030. So not only, with our vaccine mandates and stuff like that, hey, listen, whether you get the vaccine or not, none of my business. But now in order to work, you have to have it. They're not even giving you the option. You're going to see a lot of crazy stuff going on out there over the next couple of years. And I think you're going to see industries like this, the home-based business industry, it goes from 300 billion in 2020. I can only imagine what it's going to do over the next 5 years. It'll be the biggest industry that we've ever seen in our time, because all of these people will be leaving the workforce and they'll be looking for ways to make money from home. What better way to make money from home than learning a skill that can enhance the quality of your life that you don't already know exists? Learning how to trade the financial markets. So what we did is we actually, myself, my team, my organization, we actually went out and we started looking for situations to partner with. And in some of those discussions, I actually called a good friend of mine. He's been one of my best friends for over a decade. His name is Jimmy Ezel. You're going to hear from him in a little bit. He's actually the CEO of a company called the Young Entrepreneur Project. He's leading one of the biggest movements of young entrepreneurs in North America. He's partnered up with Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, James Malinchak from The Secret Millionaire Show on ABC, Steve Mandel, Game Plan Enterprises, Michael Woloshin, Recruiter.com. Livia Fisher-Kane came in as our CMO. She was actually the person who is responsible for taking UFC's international expansion from 200,000 to $4 billion. She's now working with us full-time as our CMO. And she's actually put together this entire driven brand, this entire driven vertical, the branding, the logo, the recognition, and what we're about to do with this company in the marketplace and how we're going to go out and change the world with this. It's just really something special to be a part of. In fact, out of all my years of business and all the money I've made, the different businesses we started, I'm telling you right now that I've never seen anything so well put together that over the next 2 years, active aggressive participation in this model will set you free for the rest of your life. Like I'm talking total financial freedom on multiple fronts, and to have a skill that will pay you for the rest of your life. So what do you do when you do big things like that? Well, one of the biggest things that we want to do is we actually want to sponsor 100,000 kids monthly through the Compassion International program. So Compassion International, Christian program for sponsoring children. We want to sponsor 100,000 kids. We will sponsor 100,000 kids. We have over 1,000 sponsored right now, rounding the corner of 2,000, and we'll be very quickly over the next couple of years. Our goal is to sponsor 100,000 kids, $3.8 million a month. To do that, we will do it. It'll be amazing. And another thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually create 10,000 millionaires with our movement over the next 5 years. Now, how were we going to do that? Well, as we started studying some of the biggest companies out there, and we saw how these companies went public and created, shareholders out of their employees, that's exactly what we're doing with our company. So as we go out and become the juggernaut in the trading space, and also bring our ecosystem of entrepreneur education, product development, and also B2B systems, we will lead the biggest economic movement in this next coming years, because we're at the forefront of everything that's about to happen right now with the most stand-alone results. Every single one of our products and every single one of our brands stands alone as its own vertical and can generate millions of dollars by itself. But when you bring driven into the mix, not only are you looking at product innovation with all of our product base, which I'm not going to talk about, there's other calls for that. Not only do we have digital marketing with companies like Brand Valet and Trip Valet Incentives, where we actually give you all these vacation certificates that Ali's going to talk about soon. Not only do we have data technology, in fact, we were actually spending some time with Woloshin the other day, and he found 100 million data records of investors, people that have opened brokerage accounts just over the last 3 years. And we can actually run targeted data, targeted campaigns right to that data and rotate those leads through our entire organization for the people that are looking to engage in business with us. It's not about getting the people. We know how to get the people. We've done it. We've built some of the biggest teams in the world. We've done hundreds of millions of dollars in combined sales. We need leadership right now to help us get this message out to the world. And then, of course, last but not least, the financial education. Guys, most people don't know this, but the Forex market, which is foreign exchange, is the largest liquid financial market in the world. $6.6 trillion in daily trading volume. Largest liquid financial market in the world. Digital currency market, everybody knows digital currency, right? Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum. These are some of the hottest topics in our day of age right now. But how do you know which ones to get into? What if you could look at professional portfolio managers like the former director of institutional securities trading from Morgan Stanley, who managed the 5th largest trading desk on Wall Street, 40 traders that he actually was in full control of billions of dollars in assets. He's created 60 millionaires through education in this space, 60 millionaires. Right? So when you have guys like that, you have guys that, have been in portfolio management their whole lives, and we open up our portfolios for you to look at and say, hey, listen, these are the ideas that we're looking at in the market. In fact, we're at a 100% win rate for this week in our trade room, and also in our signal group. Every single trade was a winner this week. We actually have huge profits across the board in our trade room, both today and yesterday. Like I said, even today, we did 7% in about 35 minutes on a couple different accounts. And everybody had really good money, because what we do is we give you the ability to not only learn from us and go through all of our courses where we take you through the basics, the foundation, the mastery, the psychology, and then we go in depth on certain industries, right? Like Futures Academy, Forex Academy, Options Academy, where not only are you going to just learn this Forex thing, you're going to learn how to trade the biggest markets in the world, the markets that the big boys trade. So not only will you have these comprehensive courses, but then we're going to show you the practical application of these skills to the market in real time. We actually did it this morning, 9:30 in the morning Eastern until noon today. We were actually in a trade room, me and my friend Lewis. Lewis is a top US 30 trader and top gold trader. He manages over $4.5 million. He's only 22 years old. Does over 10 to 12% every single month on his portfolio consistently. He's managing portfolios for some professional or some of the highest, known, well-known rappers out in the industry. And he's actually bringing on more portfolios currently as he speaks at 22 years old. He's actually one of my top students over the last couple of years, and he's just absolutely killing the game right now. Can you imagine being 22 years old and learning a skill that can make you millions of dollars? He's making over 6 figures a month right now. 6 figures. Most people struggle to make that in a year. He's making 6 figures in a month right now at 22 years old from learning the skill of trading, right? So not only are you going to have the courses, we'll show you how to apply that stuff to the market in real time. And then we actually have live in-person summits that we do every 90 days. So we actually have our first trading summit coming up here, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's going to be in Tampa, Florida. We're expecting, probably close to 1,000 people at this event. And we actually do these every 90 days where our entire trade team, all of our professional traders, which all manage over millions of dollars, right? They're all millionaire traders. They come down. We actually have a special guest keynote speaker that's coming in as well, a $1 billion portfolio manager. And we're going to bring the best of the best education to this niche, this industry. And while you're learning all of it, on the first week in October, we actually have one of the most sophisticated signal apps coming to market that the market has ever seen, where every single time one of our traders takes a trade in the market, whether it be stocks, options, futures, Forex, crypto, whatever market it is, indices, metals, we'll actually send that trade directly to an app on your phone, and you can copy it and paste it right in your broker. Okay. Maybe some of you have said, well, I've seen copy and paste before. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that the people that you're going to be copying and pasting in our company are all multiple 7 and 8 figure traders. You know what I mean? These aren't guys that went through a crash course on trading through a network marketing company. You know what I mean? And they don't even manage real money. They trade demo accounts. These are real portfolio managers that trade real money. And in fact, we're so strict on contracts with our traders that they have to maintain a 70% winning average month over month. If they lose 3 trades in a row, they actually have to get permission from advisory council before they can execute the 4th position. That's how strict we are. And then you can say, well, what if I'm at work and I don't have time to copy and paste the trade? By the way, you open up a broker of your choice, you fund it with your own money, you're in 100% control of your money at all times, and you keep 100% of the profits. We do not touch your money. We do not touch your money at all. We just give you the ideas of what we're looking at in the market, and you can enter at your own risk. Then the first week in November, we have the next phase of this application coming out. It's all built into one application where we actually have artificial intelligence trade management software. Where now let's say the trader calls out a trade. Let's just say it's me. It's Euro USD. I got 50 pips of profit at TP1, 75 pips of profit at TP2, 100 pips of profit at TP3 for those of you who understand trading. This software, in less than a second, it's a 0 latency execution, will take the trade that the trader just sent out to the app, automatically place it on your behalf using artificial intelligence, and manage the position for you. Like fully manage the position for you. We'll actually give you 3 default settings. You can actually program it to close 50% of profit at take profit 1, move your stop loss to break even, close 25% at take profit 2, move your stop loss to take profit 1, and close the other 25% at TP3. We could have it do a fractal stop loss. We could have it do a jumping stop loss, trailing stop loss. You could program it in multiple different ways. We'll show you how to do it. But now what you're talking about is fully hands-free artificial intelligence that's taking trades from real live trading professionals, 7 and 8 figure traders, and copying it and pasting it right into your broker to make you hands-free money, to earn money while you're learning the skill, the true earn while you learn model. Other people have talked about doing it. We're the company that's executing on it. So with that type of stuff and how we're bringing this to market, especially when I talk about having a 100% win rate this week in our trade room, having a 100% win rate in our signal group, having all of these traders have done this at a very, very big level, where are we going to be able to go with this company? So one of the biggest things we decided to do is bring this into a referral business model and pay out a substantial amount of money back to the field so they can actually earn money, more money to fund their broker account with and actually build that portfolio balance quicker, right? So I'm actually going to bring on my business partner. He's our global master trainer, and he's going to talk to you about some of the business tools that we have that actually turn this entire concept into a business model. So this gentleman is, he's truly one of the most amazing individuals I've ever met, multiple 7-figure earner in the industry of network marketing. He's been one of the lead consultants in this entire space as well, and speaks 5 fluent international languages. I mean, he's just truly one of the most amazing guys I've ever met. Mr. Ali Madawi, the call is yours, sir. Let everybody know what else they can experience here at Driven.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I had to reclaim host JKN just because I had to unmute myself, but I'm so grateful, so appreciative, and so fired up. If you can't tell from the very beginning, I am telling you even more. So let me talk to you. So the beautiful thing about where you are right now is, and I'm going to quote Gavin here for a second. And Gavin said something, that Gavin Teagues, he said something that was so powerful that even I never really looked at it the way he broke it down. He said, the beautiful thing about being part of this community is that most companies or traditional MLM or traditional network marketing, they will tell you, here's the product, go ahead and sell it. Here's the compensation plan. And that's the end of it. What we've put together in here is an entrepreneurial community that gives you everything you ever needed to become the best version for yourself. And even within the Driven, oh my goodness, I am so driven right now. You have no idea. You are going to be given the tools, the resources to build, to never, ever have to hire and outsource another platform or another option or another tool. Everything is in-house. So you are not only set up to win big from a financial standpoint, but to also win big from an operational standpoint. So you're going to be provided essential business tools such as social media marketing training. We've had one 2 days ago. It was incredible. Content content development training, lead generation training tools, social media content, business strategy training, customer support training, sales teams, legal resources, IT resources, everything and anything you could ever imagine. But we didn't even stop there. We actually took it even a step further. How many of you have ever heard, and if you can just give me one more click, I would certainly appreciate it. How many of you have ever heard of the concept of incentive-based marketing system? So if you've never heard of incentive-based marketing, I guarantee you it is the driving force for you to spend the money you spend every single day. Let me ask you a question and feel free to have fun in that chat real quick. Anybody has ever bought something that was buy one, get one free? Now let's keep it real. We all have done it. I don't care how much money you got, but when you saw that buy one, get one free, you spend some money on it. How about when we saw the, if you sign up for this service, you're going to get a $50 gift card from Amazon. Or if you sign up for home security, we'll give you a tablet or whatever it may be, right? Like that is incentive-based marketing. That's what it works. That's how it works. Sometimes nowadays in business, a lot of people will give you a t-shirt or a coffee mug. Well, we give you one of literally 6,000 resorts as a vacation from all around the world that, yes, you can use for yourself too, but you give them away. This is not a timeshare. There's no presentations. There's no sales that you have to sit through. You literally are given a gift of a complimentary stay. You book it, you come back home. That is the end of the transaction. Now, the only financial responsibility on the receiving party is taxes, booking fees, and an activation as little as $20. Many people ask me, that's crazy. How can you pull it off? It's too good to be true. First of all, shame on you. When was the last time you were given something too good to be true? Take it and enjoy it. But let me explain. Because these resorts, for the most part, is $1,000 to $5,000 stays, the average Joe and Joanne cannot afford to spend $1,000 to $5,000 just for the actual room itself. So therefore, 20 to 40% of these rooms stay empty. So it's a cost and a loss in the resort itself. So we come in and I say, can I send you John Doe? And John Doe is willing to pay those taxes that you don't want to pay. And John Doe is going to cover the booking fees. And John Doe will activate it for $20. They say, cool. Now, the win in it for John Doe is John Doe, instead of paying $5,000, he or, maybe paying $300 to $400 total for the actual stay itself. But what's the win in it for the resort? Not only that room is no longer a loss, but John Doe or you or me, we're going to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. We're going to have drinks. Okay, let me stop. Then we're going to go parasailing. We're going to go jet skiing. We may watch a show, Cirque du Soleil, whatever it may be. So now they're monetizing in other areas of the resort. And that's how it becomes a win-win. What's the win in it for me for giving you a vacation incentive? Well, you're going to brag about it on social media. Oh my goodness, I'm having the time of my life. People are going to look it up and say, how in the world you pull it off? And you're going to say, I got a guy. Referrals. So I get to attract people with these vacation incentive. I can close business like when, like Ali, I want to think about it. All right, John, here's the thing. I'm going to give you this vacation incentive. It could be a honeymoon for you and the missus. You go and think about that and let me know. If we do business by 5 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll activate that incentive for you. I'll pay the $20, no problem. And it gives the person up to 1 year to use it. So whether I don't have flight money, whether I don't have vacation time, whether I'm scared because of what's going on with COVID, you have up to 12 months to use these vacation incentives. Pretty awesome stuff, don't you say? Yes. And again, you can use it for yourself. Please, one more slide. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who ever wanted to be influencers, speakers, trainers, mentors, coaches, all things that you love to be, you have the kingdom right in here, and it's called Yup Clips. So Yup Clips is a curated training platform. Yes, it looks and rhymes like Netflix, and there's a reason for that. See, it is a place where you can binge watch on all things coaching. So you're going to have access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, video modules, courses from all different trainers, from all different contributors from all around the world. And they're training and teaching on everything and anything. No, it is not a teaser. No, you don't have to pay to play. It is open. And when you have access to Yup Clips, you'll never, ever in your life have to ever buy a course or pay somebody for coaching. We give it to you all in-house. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, let me get you really excited. How about flip the script? How about you become a contributor? How about you become a trainer? How about you become an influencer? Let's say you want to do a 5-part series on balancing relationships and business, right? Let's say that's your niche. So you just record a 5-part videos, you send the videos to our team, and we do all the digital work. Intro, outro, music, thumbnail, credits, disclaimers, all of the above will be done for you. And no, you will not be charged for it. Yes, you can have a limited amount of courses. Yes, our global network now becomes your audience. Now, we don't sell anything because this is not Angie's List, but if your stuff is as good as you say it is, what do you think people are going to do? They look you up. That is called brand equity. That is called popularity. That is called true virality. Instead of you doing a Facebook Live with 3 people being mom, dad, and Uncle Joe watching, you now have a true qualified audience to support you, clap for you, and give you the love that you deserve as an influencer. Plus, I would interview you in our fan page that has 32,000 people, and I tell them how great you are, and we share your story, we inspire, we motivate, we talk about your niche. And here's why I would do that. Because selfishly speaking, for me, I want to say at the end, you get to watch Scott Hole exclusively on Yelp Clips. Ta-da! It works for everybody. So I pray that you now more than ever understand why this is the time. Folks, listen, we're just literally opening the doors of Driven right now as we speak. You can never, ever, ever say, I wish I was the first one there. You can never, ever, ever, ever say, I wish I had the opportunity to be part of the founders. You can never, ever, 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 ever say, I wish I was part of those who are actually movers and shakers. You can never, ever, ever say, well, he was there first, or she was there first, or she was given this, or she was given that. It is a playing field for everyone. It is time to go to work now more than ever, because I promise you this, Driven will make you the hottest executive in the business community. And if you don't believe me, man, you can sit back and watch and enjoy the show. But last week, the numbers from tonight rather are more than they were last week. And I guarantee you they will keep on doubling. And you have 2 things you're going to say. You're either going to say, man, I remember when they were less than 200 people, or you're going to say, thank you, God, that I started when there were less than 200 people, because I'm seeing 3,000 people coming up. I appreciate you and I thank you, and I look forward to serve the rest of you every single day of the remainder of your community and your journey with Driven. Corey, back to you, my friend.
Ali, thank you so much, buddy. Man, that was amazing. Like every time I hear from this guy, it just gets me super excited because doing business with the right people is one of the most important things that you could ever do, right? You got to align yourself with people that are driven. You got to align yourself with people that are going places in life, because they say, like, if you look at I don't even know what the quote says exactly, but they say, like, if you're hanging out with a bunch of dogs that have fleas, you're going to be the one to get fleas too. But if you hang out with a bunch of millionaires, ultimately you're going to be the 5th one or 6th one or 7th one, and that's the thinking that you need to have moving forward into this. I was this guy that came into this industry and I had 0 dreams and I had extremely low self-esteem. But this guy that came into my life, he's actually on here tonight. His name is Craig Weberg. He came into my life, believed in me so much that I just engaged in the business because I didn't want to let him down. I was just sick and tired of letting him down over and over again, that I decided to start to change. And you know what? I started reading books. I started to grow. I started to teach myself new information. And I realized the only thing that separates people who are rich from people who are poor is different information and how they apply it to their life. That is it. That is it. In fact, 85% of the millionaires out there are self-made. In fact, 90% of the millionaires I know went through some of the biggest struggles and challenges that you've ever seen in your life. So ultimately, the decision is yours. You have to make disciplined decisions on a daily basis in order to get different results in your life. So when we're talking about becoming a member of Driven, remember, I talked to you about a program that I was actually starting with one of the largest brokers in the United States, just to teach you one skill in one trading niche, just to teach you E-mini futures, S&P 500, $25,000 and $3,000 per month on a 12-month contract to be a part of a trading room for 2 hours, Monday through Friday, $3,000 per month per user. For just those of you who want to just learn Forex trading and just learn Forex only, have access to the Forex signals as well, we can actually get you in our system, plus having access to Yep Clips, plus the Trip Valet membership, and plus your first 4 certificates that not only you can give away, but also use for yourself on the vacations for $197 and then $47 per month. Now, when I talk to people about this, it almost like, it's like, is that too good to be true? Yeah, I mean, yes. But at the same time, like, we don't really care if that's undervaluing our opportunity. Our founder package and this business package right here is easily $50,000 to $60,000 worth of value and ongoing tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, you're learning how to trade and copying and pasting the trades from multiple 7 and 8 figure portfolio traders and top trading experts. And you get to copy and paste everything they do, taking yearly returns, turning them into monthly returns for $497 and $97 a month. Because we're not interested in only targeting the classes. We're interested in going after the masses. We want to put millions of people in our business organization. We want to lead one of the biggest economic movements of our time. That's why guys like Kevin Harrington, who gets 100 pitches a day, guys like James Malinchak, you know, these guys have done billions of dollars in revenue. They're some of the top business minds in America today, in the world today. And not only do we have the Kevin Harrington, the James Malinchak, the Steve Mandel, the Michael Woloshin, the CJ Floyd, the Laurel Winfield, the Jimmy Ezel, the Corey Cromer. We have them all in one company, publicly in one company, vocal in one company. In fact, you get coaching from these executives as well. So when we look at this middle package right here, not only do you get access to the Forex, crypto, and indices market, you're also going to get access to that live trade room. And this is what the chat was going exciting and going crazy about today. Right? All the chat that you see in there, these are all people that were a part of our trade room this morning and also yesterday, where we ran 100% win rate on our trades, and we are extremely profitable both trading days. Now, just a disclaimer, because it's legal, I legally have to tell you this, past performance doesn't guarantee or predict any future result. However, based on the past performance, I'm sure you could see what the future will hold, right? So that's about as much as I can tell you there. Another thing that we're going to do in this pack is we're going to do the Driven Market Strategy Series. This is where each trader specifically teaches you their exact strategy, gives you their exact trade plan, gives you their exact combined technical scoring system, so you can actually learn the exact strategy they know based on what market you want to learn how to trade. You're also going to get access to the trade management software, all the automation, the Signal app. You get actually the Trip Ballet VIP membership, up to 10 users, so you can register your family members. And you also get every single one of those vacations that Ali talked about. So you get the 7-night, 8-day dream vacation, $5,000 to Bali, Indonesia. You're getting that for $350, right? These are world-class 5-star vacations, and all you're doing is paying the taxes. So you get unlimited amount of these to give away and an unlimited amount of them to use for yourself. But then there's the founder pack. Now, we only have 1,000 of these available. And these actually go live. We rolled out the first couple hundred. This actually goes live for full enrollment like today, right? So you can actually get these today. And you know, this trade room that we're doing here is going to be a lot different than the trade rooms in the other verticals, because here you're going to get a stock options and futures trade room. Stock options and futures trade room is not only going to teach you how to trade the big boy markets, it's also going to show you how to run a self-directed 401k, a self-directed IRA. How many people are sick and tired of getting 6 to 8% a year on your 401k or IRA? Your 8% every year is good. You know, when you do 12%, you're ecstatic, right? Wow, best year ever. We could do 12% sometimes in a week, guys, in these trade rooms, right? So imagine learning how to become your own professional portfolio manager. And while you're learning, I got to say it again, you're earning money while you're learning the skill. It is the most remarkable movement that you'll see of your time, because we're actually delivering the result. We're leading with the result. In fact, we don't even want you to talk to anybody about the business until you're satisfied with your result, so you can actually go promote it ethically, right? Because this movement will create more millionaires than any other movement in history. I truly believe that. And mark my words, you can write it down today. And also write this down. We have about 250 members in this right now. In the whole Yup community, about over 5,000. We'll put 10,000 members in the Driven community in the next 90 days. 10,000. So my question to you is, do you want those 10,000 people in your business to potentially profit off of? Or are you going to be down in their business because you didn't make a decision to become a founder in the company? Not only will you get access to the live trade room for stock options and futures, you're also going to get Forex, crypto, and index signals. It's going to come with 2 tickets to your very first trading summit. If you can't make the next trading summit, the one in December, you can come to the one in March. If you can't make the one in March, come to the one in June. If you can't come to the one, the tickets don't expire. That's a $300 value right there in those 2 tickets. Okay. Those tickets are $150 a piece. We're going to give you 2 of them in this pack. You're going to get the Driven Market Strategy Series. You're going to get daily market review sessions where we're giving you our stock picks for the week, all the pairs that we're looking at. We actually did one of those this morning. You get lifetime access on this founder pack to every single course we come out for the whole entire history of the company. Now, that is only available to founders. You also get access to the automation. You also get access to the Signal app, and you also get to attend founder only vacations, 2 of them every year. We actually have our first one coming up in Cancun at the Fives Resort, one of the most prominent high-end resorts in all of Cancun. That's coming up in January. We have another founders trip coming up in June next year. So these are only for founders, and there's only 1,000 founder packs available. You also get Trip Valet up to 10 users. You get all the Incentives Pro. You get Yep Clips contributor access, where you can come now teach what you're passionate about to our community. And if that's not enough for you, what about getting a monthly coaching call with the guy who invented the infomercial, who did over $5 billion in sales himself? What about getting coached from a guy like that, Kevin Harrington, the original shark from Shark Tank? Okay. Getting monthly mentorship from him outside of this organization will cost you $25,000, and you're going to get it for $147 a month. But not only get access to him, what if you got mentored twice a month, also directly from Livia Fisher-Kane, who took the UFC from 200,000 to $4 billion in their international expansion? Direct mentorship on how to market your brand, how to build a brand, how to build a following, how to get people interested in your business. Okay. What if you learn directly from the source? And then also on top of that, have access to attend all of our summits, success summits and trading summits virtually. So if you can't get there, we can actually have you attend virtually. $14.97 upfront, right? And then after 30 days, so the following month, $147 a month, and you get access to all of that stuff right there. Like I said, that ongoing subscription will probably be $25,000 a month in value. In fact, the time that you get with Kevin Harrington alone, 1 hour of Kevin Harrington's time is easily $25,000, right? So I would highly recommend looking at that founder pack. And you'll notice that with these packages, there's different volume attached to them. And that's how we pay out in our compensation model. So I'm going to talk to you guys really quickly, the people that understand the direct sales network marketing business model. This is a totally optional portion of our business. We truly believe in this industry. We've taken all the good stuff out of the industry. We left all the bad stuff in the industry. And I believe we've created one of the most unique, aggressive compensation models that the industry's ever seen. We start off with 40% fast start bonuses after you do 1,500 in volume. You only got to do that 1,500 one time, and you get 40% fast start bonuses. So you see that founder pack, $14.97, it comes with 1,000 in volume. That's $400 that you would get paid just right off the top. We have the left leg and right leg compensation plan. It's a 2-team structure. It's called a binary compensation plan. I'm speaking to the people that understand this. If you don't, we'll send you a PDF and a video so you can understand it perfectly. So I don't have to go into super depth on it today. 15% of all the volume you produce in your lesser leg on the binary. So if you have a left team and a right team, whatever your lesser leg does, you get paid 15% of all that volume in your lesser team. That's an easy way to explain it. Okay. You're going to get 30% check match on all of your personals. So when they get their binary check, you're going to get a 30% check match, 20% generation 1, 20% generation 2, 15% generation 3, and 15% on generation 4 for the most aggressive check match in the industry. Guys, you look at companies, I talked about the dual team. So ultimately you got a left team, right? You got a right team. If you do 10,000 in volume on your left team and 15,000 on your right team, okay, you would ultimately get 15% of the 10,000. Okay, so $1,500. It would flush 10,000 out of that side. It would take 10,000 out of the other side, and the remaining 5,000 would roll over to the next week for you to get paid on it again. Okay, that caps out at $32,500 per week. And then you get all your check matches on top of that. And then this bonus we introduced as an industry first, it's called the Leadership Override Bonus. And this I have to spend a little bit of time, because for those of you who are experienced in this industry, you're going to be pretty blown away, because this is what they give big players in the industry. Like, you're a 7-figure earner coming over. Typically what you're looking at is you get an override of your sales organization. Well, we just built it into the compensation plan. In fact, what we saw in all these trading companies was they say, we pay up to 60%. We pay up to 60%. And as we started running dynamic impression tests on these comp plans, what we found was none of them pay anything close to 60%. They pay 30 to 40%. We pay out a forced 60% of compensation. We run our company on a 40% margin. We pay out a forced 60%. Everything that we don't pay out in upfront bonus, in binary commission, and in check match, we put all the rest of the money right here in this leadership override bonus. Starting at the Sapphire executive level, once you do 30,000 in total accumulative volume in your lesser leg, in your pay team, okay? And you don't have to do it in a calendar month. From the time you start in the business, there's a rank meter. So let's just say it takes you 3 months. You do 10,000 month 1, 10,000 month 2, 10,000 month 3. You're getting paid on the volume the whole time. And now you've done a total of 30,000 in volume. You just hit Sapphire. At that rank, you get 5% override of your entire personal enrollment tree. Everybody that you sponsor, who they sponsor, who they sponsor, who they sponsor, who they sponsor, infinite levels deep. Okay. You get a 5% override. 30,000 in volume to hit the rank, and then only 9,000 monthly to maintain the rank. So like Ruby, for example, 70,000 to hit it. Doesn't matter if it takes you 3 months to do 70,000. Doesn't matter if it takes you 6 months. It's accumulating the volume the whole time. It's ranking it in our system. You're getting paid. It's flushing. You're getting paid on it, but it's calculating all that volume. Once you've hit a total of 70,000, you now get a 7% override of your entire personal enrollment tree. You only need to do 21,000 to maintain the rank. Diamond, 300,000 to hit it, 90,000 to maintain it. Okay. Blue Diamond, 1 million to hit it, 300,000 to maintain it. We pay these overrides up to 14% organizational overrides of your entire personal enrollment tree. It's one of the biggest bonuses that the industry's ever seen. We'll be the first company to introduce it. By the way, one of the things that we also do is we're one of the only companies that pay check match weekly. So you pay all your fast start bonuses, all your binary commissions, and all your check matches. In fact, the pay cycle ends tonight at 12 p.m. Central Time. Okay. So 12 a.m. Central Time, midnight tonight is the end of the pay cycle every week. Thursday, midnight Central. You get paid next week, Friday, on your fast start bonus, your binary commission, and your check match. The only thing that pays monthly is the leadership override bonus. Okay. I'm telling you, it's one of the most aggressive comp plans because we want to reward our people. If you're out there helping us share the story, you're out there helping us take this company public. By the way, we're going public in October. We plan on getting listed on NASDAQ by Q1 of next year. We have very aggressive goals to create 10,000 millionaires with our stock play and by really creating this economic movement in the best, biggest time that's ever existed in our lives to do something like this of this magnitude. So what I want to do is I actually want to get out of the way for a little bit. And I want my business partner, Mr. Jimmy Ezel, to come on and share a little bit. Jimmy Ezel is the CEO of the Young Entrepreneur Project. Jimmy Ezel has done hundreds of millions of dollars in sales through these type of business models. Not only has he done that and accomplished that, he's actually been one of my best friends and mentors for over a decade now. And he's just really one of those guys that he doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. He's got integrity, he's got character. Every single thing Jimmy says, he does. He does it every single time. And I'm just truly blessed to be his business partner. I'm truly blessed to be a co-founder in a company with him. And I'm truly blessed to be able to bring this to the world with one of my best friends, Mr. Jimmy Ezel. Close it out for everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Corey. Man, I'm just so proud and humbled and honored to be with you guys. And man, folks, if you're watching this for the very, very time, I mean, I hope you make a great decision tonight, and that you realize that this may be one of those things that truly changes your life forever. So let me just give you a little background, and because I think it's important to know who co-founders are of this company. You got to hear Corey's story. I mean, amazing story of where he came from and where he is today. I actually, you can probably tell I always tell people I was made in the Philippines, raised here in America, grew up in a blue collar, hardworking family. Was the first one to go to college. I thought I'd take the corporate route and work for a company, a big multi-billion-dollar company called Reader's Digest. Quickly rose the ranks there, was one of the highest paid executives there at a young age of about 28, and realized it wasn't for me. Got all the way to senior manager in that company. Just reported there was 2 VPs, a VP, and then of course Tom Ryder, the chairman of the board, that was above me. But it wasn't the route. I realized that a lot of things were happening. Almost lost my family. Was traveling a ton, just totally stressed out, and found entrepreneurship. And by the time I was 33, I was able to walk away from corporate America, become a full-time entrepreneur, and I've never ever looked back. And so that's how I got into the industry. And so got into becoming an entrepreneur. But let me tell you how the Yep story started. Actually, it's almost about 3 Octobers ago. I was actually on a mission trip in Thailand. I had the opportunity to see how the people in Thailand, the hill country people, lived. And I've been on a lot of mission trips, but this one I didn't know was going to be very, very meaningful because my best friend Jack actually called me spring of 2019 and said, "Hey, Jimmy, come see me. Let's hang out. But I want to show you what I'm doing with the Young Entrepreneur Project." And so I fly over there. I spend some time with him, and he shows me, and I call them kids because my children are 27, 24, and 21. I see these young entrepreneurs learning business. But what blew me away was that I found out a bunch of them had started making $1,000 extra a month, in terms of residual income, ongoing income. And something hit me. It was like, I said to Jack, I said, "Man, listen, I want to take the name to the US at that time and still today, of course, I'm a company called Trip Valet, which, Ali was covering some of that inside of the package. And I said, I'm going to put some of that in, but we're going to build it out." Now, at that day, I didn't really know exactly everything, but I knew I wanted to change the world through entrepreneurship. And so fast forward, the very first person I called was actually Ali Madawi, who's now our global master trainer. It's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. The second person I called, who just spoke, was Corey Cromery. But at that time, he was doing institutional investing and was just crushing it. And he said, "Jimmy, I'm just too busy right now." And so he went on and did his thing. We went and started this company. And it's just amazing how we've been able to come back together, because August of 2019, we opened the doors of the company. And then November 19th of 2019, we actually went and launched the company. And today you see what you see in front of you, just a continuing evolving model that has multiple verticals. This company is designed to truly become a juggernaut in terms of sales and growth and publicly traded company. And so we're just super excited about that. And so that's where we are. Our team is incredible. You've heard a little bit about it tonight. I think I always tell, when I met Kevin Harrington, I told him the same thing. I said, "Listen, don't bet on the jockey only. I want you to bet on our entire team." I mean, the guy gets pitched 100 deals a day. And I said, "I'd love to have, I've never done $1 billion in sales. I'd love to have a mentor." And so, we've got people like Kevin Harrington, Steve Mandel, the Game Plan CEO, another just brilliant mind, James Malinchak, ABC Secret Millionaire, constantly coaching and teaching our community, and one of the most well-respected high-level coaches in the entire industry, coaches all the big names. Kevin, Jack Canfield, so many incredible entrepreneurs, Anthony Hopkins, just so many different people that he's coached. Then you go to Michael Wolshin. I think I saw him sneaking on here, the founder of recruiter.com and largest shareholder, and just another amazing partner. And so we are bringing literally everything we can, putting it all together in one company so that so many people can win. And so people ask me now, because we just launched Driven with Corey, and like, what has me so driven? Well, it's the idea of creating 10,000 millionaires. Corey was talking a little bit about when we were first talking, Ali and I, about creating 1,000 millionaires. We thought it was just going to be a great thing. And then we did a little bit of research and found out that the best companies in the world have actually created over 10,000 millionaires. Well, that's one piece of it, helping a lot of people change their financial legacy. And I think with the Driven platform, we'll even get there faster. But then here's the big one, is that something else has to pull you and drive you so that way you'll stay grounded, I believe, and build your business on the right principles. And the other thing is sponsoring those 100,000 kids. We want to create a foundation that will be funded through our stock program, that will have a perpetual income, that will fund 100,000 kids monthly, 3.8 million a month. And I remember when Corey was talking to me about it, and I told him exactly the plan, the blueprint to do it. He's like, "Man, I can get behind that." And I said, "Man, let's do it together." I think, folks, one of the things that I believe too, and we just saw that compensation plan. See, there's not a lot of gotchas in that plan. We truly want you to make money. So there's 3 ways people make money in this company. You can do it through affiliate commissions, referring others, sharing this amazing, movement with other people. The other one, I saw that in the chat, a lot of you are getting it now. You can just trade and make money. You don't even have to recruit, and you can make money in this company. For the first time working, having a home business, you can just make money by trading. And then the last one, of course, is we'll have an awarded stock program. When you start to hit some of our top, first levels of leadership, you can actually start earning a stock in our company. That's going to be amazing for so many of you as well. And so, folks, if you're watching this and just realizing and learning about Driven for the first time, I want you tonight to get back with the person that invited you, and I want you to dream bigger and dream faster than you ever have. Because once in a lifetime, I hear people say, man, it sounds too good to be true. You know what? The people that say that don't know that there's actually really good opportunities out there in the world. You just got to find them. But I believe tonight could be one of those for you, because if you just take and put your business cap on, right? And just look at all the things that we talked about tonight. You talk about the timing. We're launching now. I love it when Corey just said that, we were just on a call with all the top leaders. We just launched Driven Project 10K, 10,000 people will join this movement in the next 90 days. And so the big question for you is, will you be one of them, right? Will you be one of them? So here's what I just want to invite you to do tonight as we wrap it up. Get back with the person and invite them. And then first of all, just tell them thank you for being, for reaching out to you and having you jump on this webinar. But then just make it easy for them so they know where you're at. Just tell them whether you're a 1, 2, or 3. Number one, you want to learn how to grow your money and make your money work for you. So you're a number 1 person. Number 2 person, you're like, listen, I want to also refer others to this so they can hear about how they can have, their money work for them in this incredible movement. And the number 3 person probably is this, like Ali, Corey, Jimmy, you guys could have been quiet like 30 minutes ago. I get this. I want to do all the above. I'm all in. Let's go do this. Let's go get, 10,000 people in the next 90 days, and let's go change the world together. Let's go help a lot of kids along the way. And so if whatever level you're at, 1, 2, or 3, whatever decision you make tonight, I want to thank you for jumping on here with all of us. We're super excited about the future of Driven. I couldn't be more excited about all of the partners that we have helping us go drive this movement. So with that, everybody, have yourselves an amazing evening. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the next webinar. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.